That can be my signature. Hello and welcome to ABC's Films. I'm Alex, that's Barry over there. Today we're going to be watching Mel Brooks' Blazing Saddles. It's I think it was his second theatrically released film. It's a Western, it's funny. One of my choices, I like it quite a lot, but I've never seen it before. He's not looking forward to it.
I wouldn't say that.
You don't think it's been very good though, do you?
Well, the thing with Mel Brooks is it can get tiring towards the end.
He's very
like
hit and
the
miss as a
slapsticky can get a bit like you can predict what's going to happen. But I do like Mel
This
Brooks'
one is
styles.
genuinely good. Like of all the films we've ever seen, it's no like Dracula Dead and loving it like bad.
Well, it's like when I was a kid, I used to love Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yeah.
But watching it as an adult now, it's a bit like... Oof.
Like the 90s kind of Adidas sneakers jokes and stuff.
Yeah, it's Dave Chappelle, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not great. Anyway, see you after the jump.
Blazing Saddles is a farcical western by Mel Brooks about a black man who becomes a sheriff of a small town, and that's pretty much the only story there is. I mean, towards the end, spoilers, the town's going to be like attacked by people, and the sheriff has to come up with a way of stopping it being attacked. But other than that, it's just jokes.
It's a vehicle for jokes, this film, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's not much plot there. I mean, there's like kind of a background plot about there's a railway going through the town, and that's the reason he gets appointed sheriff.
Yeah.
Because they want to drive the people out, and then there's like a gang that are trying to destroy the town at the end, like you said.
Yeah.
Obviously, so.
And there's
It's very slapsticky, isn't it?
It's
like
incredibly slapsticky.
It's cram as many jokes in there as possible
Yeah.
and see what sticks. And to be fair, like 70% of them hit, I think personally, roughly.
See, I'd say it's about 30% from
30%
there.
hit,
Yeah. Most of them are like Most of the jokes are just like silly things happening on screen.
It's very cartoony.
Rather than like, it's not like set up and punchline. It's, which I'm fine with. It's just, it's aged so badly that it's not that funny. But I can see why it's considered a classic, because when it came out, it must have been.
Yeah. I find the bits with Hedley Lamar, like, that's like not funny at all.
No.
Like a lot of his jokes, like he hits his head and then he says some kind of complex flowery language, and that's essentially the joke in those parts, and they aren't particularly good, and he's not a particularly good actor. I don't know who he is.
Not many. The two leads, Gene Wilder and
I don't know his name.
I know his name, but I can't.
Claxton.
It is close. Cleveland.
Something like that.
Cleveland something.
like from Family Guy. What do you mean, mate?
Cleveland Brown.
Cleveland Brown.
Cleveland.
Cleveland Brown. That's a Cleveland.
Well, anyway. Those two are good, and the only bits where I found myself really paying attention was when those two were on screen. When they were like on their own, I didn't really care.
Are we awake?
We're not sure. Are we black?
Yes, we are.
Then we're awake. But we're very puzzled.
Probably quite controversial at the time, you know. Like he's known for doing that because the producers was obviously 20 years after Nazism.
But was Producers controversial when it came out?
Absolutely.
Was
it was
this?
only 20 years after, yeah. Well, I don't know. I imagine it would be because, you know, civil rights and all that, and just saying the N-word over and over.
Yeah, but obviously the jokes...
They're saying everyone...
The racist jokes fly because the characters are stupid, and that's the joke.
Yeah.
The sexist stuff doesn't. So, like, I can't see why it would have been controversial when it came out because of the racism, because the joke is that racist people are stupid.
Yeah, I'm with you, but it's kind of like the same with Monty Python Life of Brian. It's like, the joke is that he's not Jesus, you know, and that's why it's funny. But obviously people are missing that and go, it's just saying N all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, are they saying everyone's racist? You know how people reacted to Avatar at the time and was like, this is against American imperialism or against America.
I think I've heard you say that.
Yeah. Well, no, like that was the kind of the conservative reaction. Like they're criticising America, Hollywood criticising America.
Yeah, unheard of.
Yeah. I'm not saying obviously the criticism is legitimate, and this seems positively tame these days as well. To be perfectly frank. So.
Well, the racism apart from like the gratuitous use of the slurs,
Yeah.
the racism stuff isn't. I wouldn't say it was tame nowadays. The sexism
You don't like.
is so over the top now. Like watching
I
it.
think Mel Brooks gets away with it because he's a Jew, doesn't he? That's the thing. Like, because he's part of a persecuted minority. If it
Oh
was just-
right, the
yeah.
racisms.
And isn't it a lovely morning?
Up yours, nigger.
What did you expect? Welcome, Sonny. Make yourself at home. Marry my daughter. You gotta remember that these are just simple farmers. These are people of the land. The common clay of the New West. You know. Morons.
No, he gets away with it because you can understand him writing the producers because he's a Jew. Like, if it was someone else doing that, there'd be more.
Yeah. Or I mean,
criticism
there's
or-
one scene where some Indians turn up,
That's
and,
really
and
funny.
it's Mel Brooks in red face.
Yeah, which you're like, oh god, that's like.
Yeah,
really
yeah, and you look at it and you're
offensive.
like, oh my god, but then he starts talking with this thick, like, Yiddish accent, and that's hilarious.
Schwarzes. No, seid nicht Meshuggah.
I don't, like, if you want to watch, like, an old comedy, this is your ticket, I guess. But it's kind of like, it's not as bad as a Carry On film, but it's very similar to a Carry On film. I'd say it's better than
It's
that.
like this is really strange, like with what's the character's called? Lily Stuck, the German barroom singer in the middle of the film. There's
Yeah,
like a
that
whole
just-
sequence where she's just singing a song about how she's tired of having sex all the time.
Yeah,
and like that's the joke.
yeah.
And it's not funny. And the song, I think, obviously part of the joke is that she's not very good, and that people go to see her because she's attractive. But
Yeah.
there's not really much of a joke there.
And she just disappears.
And then she has sex with Cleveland Little.
Oh, yeah, because they set it up that she's supposed to, like, seduce him,
Yeah.
and then
He seduces her 'cause he's got a big.
he
dick.
ends up seducing her because, you know, racism.
And
and
you can't really defend that, can you? When you
Yeah.
think about it.
I do like the bit towards the beginning where he first gets to the town and everyone's like, oh my god, he's black. And he just goes like, you know, now let me just whip this out. And he pulls out a note, but they all think he's going to pull out his penis. So they go, that was pretty funny.
Is that a myth? What you just said specifically?
No, I saw it on the screen. It did happen.
Sick and tired of love. I've had my fill of love from below and above.
Yeah, the sexism stuff doesn't fly. Certainly in the Me Too era as well.
Yeah, there's
Like,
literally bits where like Mel Brooks is just talking and there's a woman next to him in a bra, and then he would just turn and be
Hello,
like, "Hello,
boys."
how you doing?" to the boobs, and
Yeah.
It's kind of uncomfortable.
It's really strange how, like, in the past year, or well, even more than the past year, like the balance of what's acceptable has really shifted.
yeah, yeah.
You know.
God damn it.
I know.
That's the worst thing about the Me Too movement is
Is
now
the
you can't have
fewer-
sexism in films, can you?
It'd be interesting to kind of like do an analysis and see if there is less nudity in films these days. I imagine there might be.
There is less nudity in films nowadays, but I mean, do you mean since the Me Too movement
Yeah.
or since the 60s?
Sexy.
Um,
But it's about
Probably.
It's about positive representation, isn't it? So maybe not. I mean, there's still going to be attractive women on film. That's not going to stop.
Yeah.
Obviously.
well, as I've mentioned to you before, I think like I only see nudity in films now as like completely pointless.
Yeah.
Now that you just see boobs all over the fucking place, like
When you were 14, it was fucking amazing.
yeah, it was like
right?
I'm gonna rewind that and you know.
I can remember where this is.
yeah, I remember the exact time code. But now I always see like at the end of Ex Machina,
Yeah.
you know, when Alicia Vikander's naked. Semi spoilers, I guess. Semi spoilers.
You just got a semi. Fuck.
Alicia Vikander's naked, and I was just thinking, what is the point in that? It didn't add her being naked added nothing to the film whatsoever. It was just she was naked.
I imagine she probably wanted to do it. She's like, I'm gonna take my clothes off, and they were like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
cool.
it didn't hurt the film certainly, but it was just I didn't see the point in it. Whereas like back in the 90s, I could see it because
I
it was a
think-
selling point for sure.
I think the proliferation of internet porn has probably been like to the detriment of society, because you know, you look at music videos these days. I say these days, but like from the mid 2000s when you had like Eric Prydz and, you know, what was that video? What was it called?
Eric Prydz.
Eric Prydz. It was it Call on Me, where they're doing the yoga stuff, and it's basically a porn.
Oh, the
No, that's is that Eric Prydz as well? No, that's Benny Benassi.
Yeah, I'm
That's
thinking
Benny
where they had
Benassi.
the
And there was Call on Me by Eric Prydz, and then like a lot of music videos these days are just straight up pornography. Like what was the one Robin Thicke video?
I know what you mean, with Emily Ratajkowski.
Yeah,
the boobs from
and
Gone
Pharrell
Girl.
Williams, and it was like there's a safe version, and there's ones where they're all naked,
Yeah.
which is kind of like emblematic of everything that's wrong with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of. I don't think it's been a good change.
But we're going back. I mean,
That's good.
we're not going back. I mean, we're going somewhere different.
Once you open
now,
Pandora's box, mate, you can't put Pornhub back in the box, can you?
No. But I mean, like in terms of film, we're
Yeah.
going in a good way. I think there's going to be less exploitation. I still think it's going to happen, but
As long as there's an acknowledgement that there's a problem, I think that's the most important
Yeah.
thing. You have to kind of brought it out into the mainstream. That's all anyone can talk about.
yeah, I don't
During
mind
the
seeing
Oscars.
boobs in films, but I like there to be like again, Alicia Vikander in Danish Girl.
Yeah.
Like that was kind of, there was a point
I
to
haven't
her
seen
being
it.
naked at the beginning.
I'm
It's just
thinking,
kind of at
like-
the beginning she's naked in one bit, and it's
I think my favourite example of nudity in films is Under the Skin. That works really well as
Yeah.
part of the story.
yeah,
It's
because
it's
she's
non-sexualised
examining
as well,
like this
yeah.
alien look that she's got.
It's really strange how like she's naked, but she's not like sexually attractive at all
Yeah.
in that film. You don't like, ooh, that's really hot. I mean, she is obviously Scarlett Johansson.
I always joke with myself about that film that like, because everybody was like, oh my god, Scarlett Johansson is like fully nude in that film, and like
Yeah.
I laugh at the people who must have gone to see it for that and the amount of like erect Glaswegian dick they get on screen. It's just like,
I think the guys who are in that were really game. That's like, I mean, you wouldn't say no, would you?
she
Like,
actually went around and
Yeah, I
found
know,
strangers.
that's it. And then they were
Apart
like,
from
do you
I
the,
can't think of his
disfigured
name.
guy.
Yeah, I can't think of his name because I don't want to call him.
The guy with the facial deformity.
Yeah. Apart
I
from
was
him.
naked in the film with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, and he's like, you jealous? You should be.
He obviously didn't say it like that, of course. He said it slightly differently.
Anyway, that's what we think about Blazing Saddles. So
Anything else?
Just this urgent telegram from Rockbridge that arrived last Friday.
Last Friday. Read it, you wild bitch.
So that was our review of Blazing Saddles. I still think it's quite funny, although having watched it subsequently, it's kind of not as funny as I remember it being. But I still like a lot of the jokes in there.
if you like farcical things, you'll like it.
Yeah.
I've never really been that partial to it, so I kind of expected not to like it. But
Yeah, so like and subscribe. Smash that like button. Hit that bell if you want to see when the videos.
follow us on Twitter. At one point, we'll have a Twitter.
Oh, that'd be awesome. We need to get a social media manager and a continuity manager as well to make sure the cups are always facing the same way.
Is that why you've been talking to that social media girl, haven't you? She works in social media. You could ask her.
She's ignoring me, mate.
Oh, did you tell her about our YouTube channel?
No, I don't bring that up until like the third day.
Yeah.
After we've had embarrassing sex.
We've
so,
got like
we
9
need-
subscribers. 2 of them are our friend George.
Every night I bring her Frankfurter sandwiches. How my baby loves those Frankfurter sandwiches. I try to win her with candy, ice cream and custard. But how she likes hot dogs with mustard.